up to take the corner kick. David, how much of a threat is O'Neal from these corners?
Well, very much so. I mean, she's good at putting it up in the box in the center, and she's just really trying to set up her teammates. And there's a lot of
swung in, Segru on it.
Come in with a
that one bouncing around. Aries can't get it in. That one over the bar, deflected out for another corner. Just missing did the Jumbos. It looked as if Aries could have put that in, but a great goal line clearance from the Beacons.
Yeah, and Riley, in the last game against Bates, I mean, their only goal was a header off loose ball, so that's a type of attack they're looking to repeat again today.
Yeah, absolutely. O'Neal's going to take it again from this side. This one swung in towards the near post. Bouncing around in the box. Shot from Pero, skied just over the bar.
Jumbo's already with 2 corners. Their last friendly against Bridgewater State, they had 10 corners. That was their high of the season. So looks like they're creating the same kind of offensive chances again tonight. Maybe we'll see a repeat of that kind of trend.
That one is booted up nicely. Elsie Aries trying to shield that one, but she can't quite keep it. Hallinan will take it for the Beacons. Segru fights it, wins it back. On being headed around in the midfield. And it'll eventually be controlled by the steadfast senior, Maddie Pero, who then gives it away, and it'll be controlled by Velez. Now McNeil's going to go chase on the loose pass from Velez, and Camille Lou forces it out for Jumbo's throw.
Good pressure on the offensive third thus far from the Jumbos.
Absolutely. Camille Lou back to goal. Now Kelly plays it down the line for Lou. Nice ball there from Kelly. That one's crossed in hard and low, looking for a runner. Can't quite find Grace Duke coming in late. Lou is going to get called for offsides as she was not expecting that pass and had not gotten back onside. And I'll give the Beacons a chance to kind of catch their breath after the Jumbo onslaught of the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, they really need to generate something here, Riley.
Absolutely. And here is Maddie Silvera on the ball for the first time here tonight. David, what can we expect from Maddie tonight?
Well, in the last game against Bates, Riley, Maddie had Jumbo's lone goal with a header in the 84th. She also, got up on the counterattack and generated that penalty for Pero when she drew that foul in the box. So she generated a lot of chances with the Jumbos last game, and starting at left back, she's going to look to do the same here today.
Here she is, almost coming on that ball. That one was under hit, unfortunately, by Segru. And now the Beacons will go. Rivera on it. Laid off nicely there for Haynes. And that's one back. Kelly on it now for the Jumbos. Looking for the run and finding the run off a nice deflection of Elsie Aries. Aries one-on-one on the defender. Aries with a shot blocked out of play for a throw. Good play there by Danny Anderson coming across.
And here we have Pero coming out.
Yeah, it'll be Talia Greenberg coming in for Maddie Pero. Jumbos making their first sub of the night. Looks as if Pero's a little bit shaken up after that contact on that last play. Jumbos can't quite win that ball back in the midfield, but now Greenberg's on it. Her first touch immediately wins the ball back. Grace Duke will look to open up play Anna Griffin, who has a great touch. Says, excuse me, finds the ball between her feet and plays Juliana Rosen. Griffin lays it off beautifully for Grace Duke. Jumbo's just passing around. Kind of just feeling out the Beacons here. Severa cuts in onto her right foot. Stands that ball up looking for Aries. Bouncing around, Severa cuts it out. She's being told to and does reset to Caroline O'Neal, who has all day. And now Segru will go from the right side. Hallinan coming with the press. Segru tries to play a ball looking for the run of Kelly. Kelly can't quite beat Spilios to that ball. Yeah, David, I mean, we saw it right there in that play off the line. Spilios, her effect. She was wonderful here in this game last year. What can we expect for her, and what will the Jumbos have to do to beat her in this game?
Well, I mean, she's a great goalie, Riley. She had some great saves last season, but I remember she let in Showing that first one off the right corner, but outside of that, some really nice work, and the Jumbos know she's capable of doing that again this season. Only gotten better, so they're going to have to, find some corners and make plays across the box to open up that goal if they want to score on her.
Yeah, absolutely, David. Maddie Silvera with a lot of space, and she will almost pick at Elsie Aries. That's the second pass Silvera's had that's gotten picked off early. Kelly comes to pick up the ball, and that one's given away. A lot of sloppy play early from the Jumbos. Velez on it. And that is now being fought for on the right wing here.
A lot of good pressure from Camille Liu on this wing so far.
Yeah, Camille Liu, one that we did not see much of the first half of the season, but has quickly made a name for herself in the last couple of weeks.
That's right, Riley. In the game against, I believe it was Bridgewater State, she came in with her first start and went for a whopping 4 goals. So that kind of impressive performance is what she's trying to continue doing. That was a really, really impressive debut in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and you talked about the Bridgewater State friendly. I mean, we mentioned the other friendlies of this year. The Jumbos have not lost a friendly on Bellow Field since prior to COVID. This is a place that they play very well at, especially in non-conference games. And here is Greenberg on the ball. That pass is cut out by Rivera, but then played out of play for a Jumbos throw. You have to imagine that Coach Martha Whitting is not very pleased with the midfield through 15 minutes, as they've really struggled stringing passes together. Griffin down the line looking for Kelly. That's knocked out of play.
At the same time, though, they've maintained a lot of pressure on the midline. Really haven't let a lot get through to the defense, which has been playing up for sure. So definitely positive and negatives to take away from the midfield.
You mentioned Maddie Silvera earlier. Maddie Silvera has not gone into her defensive half in about 5 minutes. Kelly on it.
Definitely playing up for the Jumbos.
Dropped off for O'Neill. She just switches it. Beacon's doing a good job forcing the Jumbos horizontal right now. Now they get Greenberg to play it. Rosen with a bit of a loose touch, then trips on the ball. Griffin comes to bail her out, and then plays it out of play. When I point at you, just say something. Make a point, yeah. This one's spun to the middle. First to it is Caroline O'Neill. Now Kelly on it. Kelly gets taken down. That'll be a free kick. No even attempt to play the ball there from the Beacons midfield. As Velez more than happy to concede. Silvera on it. Into Greenberg. Greenberg turns nicely. Plays it into Rosen. Rosen comes nicely to win the ball. Lays it off for Greenberg. Greenberg with space. Fending off 3 defenders now. And she'll reset to O'Neill. O'Neill still on it. Swung wide to Maddie Silvera. Silvera has space to run. Into Aries. Back to Silvera. Maddie Silvera on the edge of the box with a shot. And saved by Spilios.
Excellent save by Spilios there. The kind of performance you can expect from her tonight. And a good shot from Silvera. She's been playing very offensive up from the left back.
Maddie Silvera, that's the advantage of having a wingback who is dual-footed like Silvera, is that she can cut in from either side and have a hit. And that one was headed for the back corner of the net before Spilios got to it. Here on that wing is Gavin now looking to make a run, and she'll run it to Grew. That went down the line for Hallinan. Can she keep it in? She can. That one whipped hard and low, but that'll go out of play.
Beacon's trying to get something going on offense down the wings. Been playing a lot of defense so far in this game, and despite that general playing backwards, they've played a lot of great physical defense that's kept them in it.
Yeah, I mean, for all the Jumbo's possession, they only really have 1 shot on goal.
Yep.
The Beacons have done a really good job, kind of forcing the Jumbos to just pass it around, and the Jumbos, they're kind of struggling right now to string passes together.
Yep, they've condensed the defense. They've played physical, and that's what's really kept the Jumbos out of the goal box despite their offensive strategy.
A little bit of a misplay there by Gavin, but Juliana Rosen can't quite keep it in. Be interesting to see how long this unit gets a run before Coach Whitting looks to make some subs up top. This is not the conventional starting unit we've seen this year, but those three, the conventional starters, that being Duncan, Wilkinson, and Nick Summers, are available as the Jumbos turn it away again. And now on it is Haynes.
Pick off by Lou.
Yeah, Lou with it. Has runners. Instead plays it back for Grace Duke. Sees the overlapping run, and it comes nicely on the second bounce to Greenberg. Greenberg on her right foot with a shot. Hard and low, saves Spilios. Held up nicely by Hallinan.
The Beacons again playing to that left wing.
That'll go out of play. 25 minutes, just more than that, left in this first half. It is still scoreless here at Bellow Field. We will keep you up to date on score and time frequently, as we understand that our scoreboard graphic is currently not working right now. In the meantime, we will introduce ourselves again. I'm Riley Dane. Alongside me is David Latham making his JumboCast broadcasting debut. Behind the scenes, we have Scott Blatt, Henry Stahl, and Max Antonini.
Great crew, Riley. Great crew.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. Nowhere we would rather be than Bellow Field on a gorgeous Tuesday night.
I can't think of anywhere.
And I guarantee you know where these players, like Caroline Kelly, the freshman, who now on it, would be. Going to make a couple subs are the Beacons.
As you mentioned earlier, they love playing here at Bellow. They really do take advantage of that home field advantage, and that's what's allowed them to be so successful in friendlies and also in NESCAC play here on their home field.
Eliana Keeling will come in for Kelly, and Hallinan will be replaced by Kalia Eaton for the Beacons. As Spilios stands over and quickly takes that goal kick. Hallinan getting talked to by her coaching staff. She put in quite a shift there. That one cut out by O'Neill. Jumbos will reset with Lennox DeGroot. Grace Duke on it, being pressed high by the new sub, Aliana Keeley, and the Jumbos give that one away.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth possession here, Riley. It's a high pressure, high physicality game, but that's also generated a lot of turnovers.
For sure. The Jumbos, they do have the advantage of a really deep squad that can continue to press all night.
Yeah, and when you're playing such a fast pace like this, that's especially
Kelly
important.
with a shot, saved by Spilios. Kelly had that one dipping and curling towards the bottom corner.
It's 3 saves. It's 3 saves already for Spilios just in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Spilios definitely saying, okay, you saw what I did last year here. I had 11 saves. I feel like I can one-up it. She's on pace to have about 15 right now.
I'm no statistician, Riley, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I've never seen a keeper who dominates a field quite like Spilios does at Bellow. Maybe Eric Lauda, but that's even saying something. Kelly fighting for it in the midfield. And she will send that one back to Caroline O'Neill. And now Grace Duke in space. Oh, Grace Duke missed Camille Liu in acres of space on the left wing there. O'Neill's going to lay that one off for Silvera, who has all day to run. Drops Eaton, who tried to press high. And now Greenberg will distribute to Lana Seguru. Griffin nicely into space. Rosen comes back to pick it up. Rosen around one defender. Velez coming to chase. Rosen towards the byline. That one whipped hard and low out for a corner kick.
Excellent sliding defensive play by Velez.
Yeah. Great job there by Rosen to drop Velez on the first move, but Velez did not give up, came all the way back to force that corner.
Yet another friendly where the Jumbos continue generating corners, continue generating chances to put it in the box.
Here is O'Neill's third corner. That one whipped hard and low towards the back post. Saved by Spelio. Shot back across. Back twice and blocked away both times on shots by Talia Greenberg.
2 ricochets, and once again, the Jumbos will take corner.
Now,
O'Neill having to run back
I don't
and
know how
forth.
many they're going to give Spilios off that one, but from my count, that is now 6 saves in 22 minutes from the Beacon's keeper.
It's making O'Neill do some cardio, running back and forth on the goal line to take these corners.
Yeah, it is rare to have a player who takes them from both sides. That one's short and cleared away easily by the Beacons for a Jumbo's throw. We are halfway through the first half here at Bello. The sky is blue on one side, it's orange on the other, and the score, we got nothing right now. It's still zip-zip.
Very critical to note the color of the sky right now.
I thought it very relevant.
I enjoyed it.
That one swung wide to Camille Liu. One-on-one on the defense. Towards the byline, forced out for another Jumbo's corner.
Jumbo's getting some great first touches on these Beacons defenders, but they're not giving up and they're sticking with the ball.
Yeah,
It's the same thing we saw on the right side there.
Interesting note is that Haynes, who was playing up top with Hallinan, now that Aliana Keeley has come in, is now playing as a defender. O'Neal to swing her 6th corner in. That one hard towards the back post. Header up by Duke, just wide. Jumbo's going to make some subs. It'll be Keiderling, Casey Lamb, Aaron Duncan,
Claire Wilkinson,
and the last one will be Aoife O'Reilly coming in, replacing Duke, Kelly, Aries, Lou, and Rosen, respectively. So as I like to call it, hockey-style line change for the Jumbos. And now on it is McNeil for the Beacons. Severa fighting for it. Greenberg comes onto it. That one just sent back. Segru will control. Keiderling with her first touch of the day. Plays it into Casey Lamb. Greenberg. Laid off for Silvera. Has Aaron Duncan to her left. Lamb inside. She plays Lamb. Right back to her. Silvera could look to have a hit here. Instead, we'll lay it off for Greenberg. Opens up nicely. And she'll switch the field to Anna Griffin. Griffin. One-on-one against D'Souza. Gets around D'Souza. Looks to put a ball in. That one swung in. Towards the top of the box. Touchdown. Wilkinson. Wilkinson with a shot. Blocked away. That one's still bouncing around and caught by Spilios.
Extremely powerful shot by Claire Wilkinson there.
Yeah, I don't know what that hit. To me, it looked like it hit off the chest of Danny Anderson. And I don't know how she kept that from going in the back of the net. Flicked on there. And now it'll be fought for and won by Silvera. Greenberg comes away with it after that scrap. Keiderling manages to corral it with the press from Eaton on her. Gets it back from Segru. The Jumbos will finally look to attack again. Silvera has runners either side of her. Plays a ball between the lines. Duncan on the end of it. Has runners in the box. Duncan cuts back onto her right foot. That one laid off. No one was there, though, and the Beacons get it clear.
McNeil with another clearance, trying to give her fellow defenders a breather, but the Jumbos maintaining pressure.
Absolutely. And that one is not cleared at all as Greenberg chests it down beautifully. Greenberg on it. Plays that ball between the lines to Wilkinson. A little bit of a loose touch. And it'll be sent just flying by the Beacons, who are playing last man defense right now. Silvera as the Jumbos come again. Wide to Aaron Duncan. Duncan onto her right foot. Aaron Duncan towards the top of the box with a shot. Wide. Good idea there from Aaron Duncan, cutting onto her strong foot. Just couldn't quite get enough whip on that to keep it between the posts.
Once again, the Jumbos playing it to the center, trying to generate straight-on chances.
Throw in taken by Griffin. It'll be interesting to see if we see any of the other defenders, as they have not subbed the defense yet. I know both Olivia Patz and Jordan Kushner are available for tonight's game. And the way that Silvera and Griffin are working right now, wouldn't be surprised to see if they get a little bit of a breather. That one laid off. And Griffin tries to play it in. A little bit of a shank, and Kiterling has to go save it. Segru opens to O'Neal. O'Neal plays to Duncan. Duncan comes inside, drops a defender, and plays it wide to Silvera. Jumbos now have numbers in the box. That one laid off. Back for Duncan. Trips on the ball. Plays it nicely into the feet of Greenberg. Jumbos posting up hard there. Looking for the ball, but can't quite corral it. And that one is finally sent long by Aliana Keeley. O'Neal will reset again with the Jumbos. Set to bring the ball back across midfield. 15 minutes to go here at Bello. Still scoreless. Or 15 minutes in the first half, excuse me. Still scoreless.
Yeah, and Segru and O'Neal really manning this center line here. They've kept the ball in the Beacons half almost the entirety of the game.
Beacons waiting for their next throw, and they'll sub in Bella Luca. Wilkinson on the end line. That one spun in towards the near post and out of play for a goal kick.
And Bella Luca will come in now for UMass Boston. She'll be replaced. Oh, wait, no, my bad. Caroline Golt, sorry, will be replaced.
Wilkinson on this one. Great touch to bring that one down. Has two defenders on her. Laid off nicely. Lamb trying to turn inside. Can't quite get it. And a great turn there by Eaton, and the Beacons can look to counter. That pass under hit, and Caroline O'Neal just takes it back. Silvera on it. Greenberg. O'Neal now wide to Anna Griffin. Griffin cuts inside. Plays that one cut out there by Danny Anderson. To Velez now. Velez to Haynes. Haynes lays it off beautifully there for Keeley. Keeley goes between the legs of Aaron Duncan, and out come the Beacons. Duncan coming back. And a foul there on Kiterling as she tripped up Keeley, and that'll give the Beacons a chance to set something up off a set play.
Yep, a little bit of a late tackle there by Kiterling, and now we'll see what UMass Boston can do playing up to the Jumbos box.
McNeil going to take it for the Beacons.
Yeah, and they're going to make a run in here.
That one stood up towards the near post, but no one making that run. It'll be caught easily by Bernstein. And she will send Aaron Duncan as the Jumbos can look to send something quickly. Duncan plays a wide open Aoife O'Reilly. O'Reilly opens up to Griffin. Wilkinson now. She's going to turn and run. Wilkinson on that right sideline. Cuts in onto her left foot. Around one. Around two to Greenberg. Now back. O'Reilly on it. Jumbos will reset again. O'Neal plays it to Greenberg and gets it right back. Segru. All day. She'll play Griffin wide on that right side. That one pops free, but it comes back to Segru. Caroline O'Neal will take it, and the Jumbos look to go down the left. Maddie Silvera now. David, it looks to me as if this Jumbos team just can't seem to break down this Beacons defense.
Yeah, well, they're keeping it in UMass Boston's half, and they're switching the field often, looking for any daylight. But the Beacons playing such a condensed, packed-in form of defense, it's really been hard for them to get a look at anything. And what they have had, Spilios has shut off easily, as she did there.
Absolutely. Jumbo's still looking for a goal to put them in front. The Beacons have to be looking up at the clock, seeing that there's only 13 minutes left in this first half, and thinking, if we can get to halftime tied, we got a chance to win this one and steal a signature win. Jumbos can't quite keep that one in. It'll go out for a Beacons throw.
You have to also think, though, Riley, that there's a little bit of desperation to, sort of generate a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball for the Beacons. I mean, they know if they can't get some better chances, they're going to really struggle scoring against this Jumbo's defense.
For sure. I mean, I think most teams struggle scoring against this defense. Prior to the Bates game, we had not given up more than 1 goal in a game all season.
Yep, and averaging just .58 goals per game compared with 2.38 scored offensively for the Jumbos.
Yeah, though right now they seem to be having a little bit of trouble getting to that 2.38, but here is Wilkinson.
Well, maybe this is the chance.
On the edge of the box. Drops the defender with a great move. That one chipped in towards the box. Headed up over Spilios and into the roof of the net for a corner. Claire Wilkinson just made Gavin look silly. Jumbo's lining up here for their 7th corner of this first half. An action-packed first half, though the scoreboard does not show it, still being 0-0. In-swinger from O'Neill, hard and low towards the near post and into the side netting. The Beacon's going to make a sub as Lindsay Buscarin will come in, replacing 19. That is
Olivia D'Souza.
Buscarin is, alongside Lily Kiterling, one of only 2 grad students on this field. Buscarin comes from Wheaton College in Illinois, having played there for her undergrad.
Danny Anderson, also grad.
Oh, excuse me.
Managing that Beacons defense.
You got better notes than me, David. I miss Danny Anderson. Great effort there by Keynes to try and keep that in, but Keeley to keep that in, but she couldn't quite do it.
You're the pro, Riley. I don't know about that.
Hey, Kay, just jog.
Take what I can get, though.
Hey, Kay, as soon as your feet are healed.
Assistant coach Bob Meals for the Beacons is very vocal on the touchline right now. As Casey Lamb sends the ball looking for Wilkinson, but that run was not there. And the Jumbos will just settle down and let the Beacons bring it out of their own end. Pressing over is O'Reilly.
There's something about their setup over on the left wing and through to the center that these Beacons coaches aren't approving of.
Yeah, it is interesting, though. This Jumbo's team, they do score 2.58 goals a game this season, but that number has gone down significantly since Nick Summers has been out, and it'll be interesting to see if the Jumbos get her back for this weekend's games, as she is someone that they really need when we get to those must-win games against Middlebury and Bowdoin. So that one is won nicely back by, I believe that is Velez for the Beacons. 10 minutes to go first half, still scoreless. David, if it goes to halftime 0-0, is Coach Whitting happy, upset? What's the vibe in the locker room at halftime if the Jumbos go in scoreless?
Well, I mean, I think it's got to be bittersweet. You can't help but be impressed with the kind of pressure they've put on. They've really been dominating this first half, and yet at the same time, to put on that kind of performance and walk away without a goal has to be disappointing. So I think she's going to probably encourage the team to take on a similar overall play style given, the number of offensive chances they've generated, but she's also got to be thinking that something has to change if they want to put it in the back of the net.
For sure. I could not have said it better myself. Something does need to change, and maybe Claire Wilkinson is the player to do it. That one swung in hard and low, flicked on into the back of the net.
Oh,
that is a beautiful
goodness.
goal off
Absolutely.
the head of Talia Greenberg, and it is 1-0 Jumbos, just as you said it, David.
I mean, you're the one who said it. Claire Wilkinson with a beautiful cross there off a pullback move, and Greenberg with a well-timed finesse header to put it in the back of the net.
Absolutely. The Jumbos get the goal that they so richly deserve and take a 1-0 lead here at Bellow Field.
Guess we can forget that conversation about the locker room, Riley.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit of a different conversation now. The Jumbos coming to press here immediately.
Yeah, when
Velez.
they've got that one goal, you can't help but think they're hungry for another one.
Absolutely. That one stood up. Segru wins it in the midfield. Wilkinson backing down her defender. It's able to keep it for the Jumbos, but it's given away. As that'll be taken there by Buscarin. One back in the midfield by the freshman Aoife O'Reilly. To the midfielder, 5 years her senior, Lily Kiterling. And now Severa. Swung wide to Duncan. Back to Severa. She's going to look to play a ball middle. Into Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb, a little bit of a loose touch, but is able to save it.
Danny
Severa
Anderson
on
with
it
a nice
now.
play on the ball there.
Duncan has an overlapping run, instead plays it back. Jumbos seem content here to just kind of settle it, play it around, knowing they have the lead now, and just kind of make the Beacons chase the ball all day.
Yeah, Riley, that's got to be a major confidence boost, but also something that'll help them slow down and be a little bit more calm looking for this next goal, knowing that they have that advantage. Meanwhile, we'll see if UMass can weather the storm and create some counterattack chances and bring it even.
Absolutely. UMass has to really bring the fight to the Jumbos. They haven't done that so far. They were content when it was 0-0 to just kind of sit back, but you don't win games when you're down 1-0 without attacking.
Yeah, I definitely would not be surprised at all to see them try to shift upfield more and generate more chances moving forward.
Jumbos get
well there,
another set piece. This will be their 9th chance for Caroline O'Neill to swing a ball in here. This is set up almost ideally for her left foot to swing one towards the back post. Swung towards the back post. Does not find a head. Instead, it'll be sent out. Keeley for the Beacons. Going to send that one right towards us.
Oh.
Just missing our camera and hitting a truck across the street. Bellow is not the safest place to park. Let's just say that. So Vera with a great move as she goes right around Buscarin. And the Jumbos go again. I went a little bit overhit there by Duncan. And it'll be a Beacons throw.
I think now the question becomes, Riley, what kind of conversation will A.B. Zombek be having with her team at the half?
Yeah, that's a fascinating question. I mean, on one hand, you are playing at one of the premier D3 soccer programs in the country, and you're only down 1-0. On the other hand, you have yet to register a shot on target and have about 10% possession.
And I mean, you got to be thinking they don't care too much about rankings. They're not playing to lose 1-0. They want points today.
So Vera, beautiful ball in between the lines to Casey Lamb. Lamb cuts back onto her right foot. Just misses the foot of Duncan. Duncan with a shot just wide.
I don't think their possession
Spalios will take her time to take this goal kick. I'll tell you what, she has to be the only one who can legitimately be angry at the result at halftime, as she has 6 saves, and yet she still finds her team down.
And yeah, the Jumbos have also gotten a lot of really dangerous-looking shots that have gone wide. So even when she hasn't had to make a save, she's had to be active all night long.
Here is Lily Kiterling on the ball. O'Reilly on it. Being pressed high. And now Buscarin's going to go press Segru. Jumbo's doing a good job just breaking down that press. Wilkinson going to chip and run. Can she get around Gavin? No, she cannot. Gavin just plays it out play. Quickly into Anna Griffin. Wilkinson can't quite save it. Out for another Jumbo's throw, though. 4 minutes to go here in the first half of Bellow. Wilkinson on it. She's going to swing that one in towards the middle of the box. Finds it, foot. Can't quite get it. Duncan now. And she can't quite get a shot on. Both Lamb and Duncan could not get that on target.
And that's another well-placed curler from Wilkinson in.
O'Neal standing over another Jumbo's free kick. She could have hit that one on target, but just sailing wide. Ambitious from Caroline O'Neal, but I admire it nonetheless.
Hunting corners.
I mean, after you've put in 9 balls for your teammates to get heads on, you kind of fancy one yourself. Throw taken by the Beacons.
Wow, Velez with a nice little skill move there.
Oh, a little bit of a loose touch there. And Keeley trying to get in behind. Duncan runs her over. Ref says play on, and now go out for a Beacons throw.
Great play by Duncan there to catch up with the ball and make a good play on it.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened to Maddie Silvera there, but Duncan was the last defender. She had to make that play, and she did. Keeley just boots that one away. Greenberg can't quite corral it, though. And now McNeil will be on it for the Beacons. She'll stand that one up towards the back post. Segru gets rid of it. Second ball won by O'Reilly. Jumbos have numbers. Greenberg can't quite control it. Gets hit in the midfield. All fair, says the ref. And now the Jumbos will press high with Casey Lamb. Anderson drops Lamb with a great move there. And now looks to play a ball over the top. Cut out by Segru.
Segru with nice header to change the momentum there.
Great switch of the field there from Keiderling. Aaron Duncan in loads of space on the left wing. Into Lamb. Lamb on the top left corner of the box. She'll turn and play Greenberg. Back to Lamb. Lamb on the left side of the box now. On her right foot. Loses the ball there as Keeley picks her pocket.
Keeley with another key defensive stop there on the left wing.
2 minutes to go in the first half here at Bellow Field. Jumbos lead 1-0. That one into the feet of O'Reilly. Being doubled, she gets it to Anna Griffin. Flicked on beautifully by Wilkinson. Duncan coming over to pick it up. Wide to Wilkinson on that right wing. She'll run at Gavin. Second defender coming over. Wilkinson's going to look to put a ball in. That one swung in, blocked out of play, and the Jumbos have their 8th corner of the first half.
As I said, 10 was their leading number in a friendly that they set two games ago. Now they have 8, and it's not even the end of the first half yet.
Yeah, Caroline O'Neal must be like, do I get paid overtime for this? Because this is her 8th corner of the first half.
Not to mention a number of free kicks.
That one swung in towards the near post, headed away. Duncan on it at the top of the box. She'll play it right back to O'Neal, who chips it up. Keiderling chests it down. Around one defender. Wins it nicely to Duncan. Duncan tries to have a shot. That one deflects. Lamb on it. Lamb gets taken down. Ref says play on. Jumbo's bench screaming for a penalty. And from here, it looked like there was contact.
Yeah, Bella Luca made the play there. I guess the refs were thinking she played on the ball. Didn't use a lot of arm or elbow. They're going to call that one clean. And the Beacons make another set of key stops in their own box, pushing the Jumbos back out near the center line.
Yep, for sure. Lena Segru now on it. Jumbos have about 25 seconds if they want to try and get one last attack in this first half. Maddie Silvera on the left wing to Duncan. 20 seconds to go. She'll turn. Stand that one up. Bounces around. Pops free. Greenberg to it. Bouncing around. Shot there from O'Reilly. Deflected. Second shot wide there off the left foot of Claire Wilkinson, and that will be the first half. Halftime here at Bellow Field. The Beacon 0 and your Tufts Jumbos 1. David, what are your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I mean, we've said it a few times now. I think something probably has to change for UMass Boston here going into the second half. They've made a lot of great defensive plays. They played, 40 minutes of really great play back in their own third, but all it takes is one small lapse for this Jumbo's offense to create a goal, like they did with Wilkinson into Greenberg there, and they've got to make more chances on the counterattack, try to play a little bit more aggressive if they want to even it out at the half, because this Jumbo's team looks strong and confident.
Yeah, strong and confident are the words to describe this Jumbo's team. That's how we're feeling here at JumboCast. Confident that we'll be back in about 12 minutes to bring you the second half.
That's clean. That's real
Stay
clean.
tuned.
Bad Boys 2, the soundtrack. Let's go. Where you from? Turn around. Where you came with? It's the jazz. So your mama have reindeer. I can't explain it, but damn, so glad you came here. I'm still a sucker for going broke. I never changed that. Your body is banging, mama, but where your brains at? Still the same cat when I was younger, running with bad boys. But now I'm older, the soul of running with bad boys. Here come another man. I'm like no other man. Can't include it. Switching every other lane. Y'all help me. Won't you please help me? Hey, girl, this weekend it's only Tuesday. I look at cocky one-legged ones like white Dominicans, Hispanics and Asians. Be shaking for Nelly, son. With no lows, with no nose. I can't tell everybody it ain't just when you do it. Do it when you take it low. Take it low. We can even do. Girls get down on the floor. Now get that money, honey, act like you know. Mama, I like how you dance, the way you fit in them pants until the flow. Take it low, girl, do it again. You know I love that. Now where them girls at? It's Diddy, Murphy, Lee, and Nelly, how you love that? Come on. Body girls, don't get hurt. Careful, anything. I'm what I learned.
Welcome back to Bellow Field. We're about ready to get going for the second half between the Jumbos and the Beacons. Jumbos leading 1-0. David, what do the Jumbos need to do to make sure they come away with the victory they currently have?
I mean, Riley, if nothing changes, they should look good. I think they probably, the message at halftime, I had to suspect would be more of the same. I mean, if they maintain the kind of offensive pressure, if they're as solid around the midline defensively as they were, and if they generate the kind of chances they did in the first half, they shouldn't have anything to worry about. So I'm guessing they'll look to do more of the same here in the second half.
Yeah, speaking of things that are updated and new, like the Jumbo scoring right at the end of that half, our scoreboard on our graphics are now working. We will keep you updated of the time as that part is not currently working, but the score is correct. It is 1-0 Jumbos as we get set to start the second half. And a good sight for the Jumbos as Matty Perro, who left early in that first half with a bit of a knock, is back to start the second half.
Some other shifts, it looks like, here for the Jumbos. Kiana Hill going in at goal to replace Bernstein, and Jordan Kushner coming in on the defensive line.
Yeah, Jordan Kushner, I'm assuming, will replace Silvera, but could also take Anna Griffin's spot.
Looks like Silvera's there, so I'm going to guess it's Griffin.
Anna Griffin. Will be interesting to see if we see her up front, as she is naturally a striker. Played a lot on the wing this season. Might come in for a little bit of squad rotation up front in this second half, now that she's not playing right back. And for the Beacons, it looks as if they're going to come out with the same 11 that they started the game with. Who impressed you most among those Beacons in that first half?
Well, there are a couple really impressive players that back on the defensive line. I'm going to have to go with either Keeley or McNeil. Both of them made some great clearances in the first half. Held down solid spots here at the right wing and center back, so I'd have to go with one of them. They really were able to keep score and control, and obviously, to state the obvious, Spilios with a very impressive performance in net. She will most definitely be staying on the field for the second half.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Keeley you mentioned, and she was great towards the end of that first half, but she did not start the game, and she's not out to start the second half, so see if the Jumbos will look to exploit that spot. As Jordan Kushner, with her first touch of the game, into the feet of Elsie Aries, who makes a nice turn and plays wide to Camille Liu. That's off a Jumbo head and out for a throw.
Tell Sarah Kelly the outside back when it's on their half.
And immediately, Bob Meals is back and yelling at his players. In case you could not realize how much this means to UMass Boston, they are down 1-0 and already screaming at the players on the field.
I mean, they've got to be looking for some sort of shift. Not surprised to see that they're giving their players some instruction from the sideline, trying to change something up here.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see how the Jumbos shift as Silvera's moved wings now. Wonder if that changes the point of attack at all in this second half. That one is controlled on that wing and now swung in, looking for Haynes, but it's going to go out of play. And Kiana Hill will get her first goal kick of the day.
Looks like Abby Adler is also here into the lineup for the Jumbos.
Abby Adler getting her first action of the night. Yeah, as Juliana Rosen is the only Jumbo starter to not start the second half. It's a change we've seen a lot this year. Adler and Rosen kind of used interchangeably. Adler brings a little bit more speed to this Jumbo's lineup. Jumbo's having trouble playing it out from the back right now, and Sullivan will come over and take this throw for the Beacons. Looking for but not finding Haynes. And now Segru will come get it for the Jumbos. Silvera up the line, cut out there by Sullivan. And now that's down the line from Haynes. Can it be kept in? No, Gavin cannot get to it. He'll go out for a for a Beacons throw, excuse me. Jumbo's bench making themselves heard, cheering on their defense.
Looks like she's going to go for a long throw here.
Thrown in towards the box. Silvera with a little bit of a loose touch, bouncing around in the box. Velez can't get onto it, and it is just booted out of play by Grace Duke. Velez, not one you want to let get the ball in space in the box, as she is known for her ability to pinpoint shots. Another long throw. That one chested down by Haynes. Off towards the top of the box. Gavin quite can't get it around it. Now be swung wide. Shot from distance, sailing over the head of Kiana Hill and into the netting behind the net. Good hit there from Kelly. Just couldn't keep it down.
UMass applying some decent offensive pressure there. You see how much their formation has shifted here in the second half. They've got Haynes playing way up, trying to put some pressure on this Jumbo's defense, maybe generate some miscues and turn them into chances.
Yeah, and the Jumbos seeming to struggle a little bit getting it out of their own end right now. As you mentioned, that change in formation, the Jumbos have not responded in kind by changing their tactics at all. And here they are again, the Beacons, as Hallinen's on it. Laid off nicely in space. Shot, around a defender. Great little move there by Rivera, but she couldn't quite keep it with her as she would have been in on net. That one's just booted out of play again by O'Neal, as the Jumbos, for the first time all night, are under siege. And another throw in here, as that one will be one out for a throw by McNeil. The Beacons will take that down the line, looking for Hallinan. And she tries to play that ball into space. Ball here by Haynes, laid off. Now again, the Beacons have it on the top of the box. Around one defender. Shot on net, saved by Hill. As a left-footed shot there from Kelly to the first save of Kiana Hill's night.
Hill with a save there. She also corralled a couple balls here in the last couple minutes as UMass is finally putting some pressure on.
And here is Abby Adler with her first touch, and coming all the way over there is Sullivan to get rid of it. Adler, back to Silvera. Grace Duke comes to it. Silvera with a bit of a loose touch. Is able to save it, but he gives it out of play as Adler was not ready for that pass.
Jumbos appear to be playing slightly less high-octane aggressive play here in the second half.
Maddie Silvera throws it in for Grace Duke. Grace Duke just gets around Hallinan and then gets taken down by Hallinan. Segru tries to take it quickly and does to Abby Adler. Adler cuts inside. Adler trying to run against two, can't win it. Silvera quick to that ball. And the Jumbos are reset with Olivia Patz, who has come into the game for O'Neal. Kelly wins the head off that throw. Aries now pressuring Danny Anderson. Back to the keeper. Spilios cannot keep that in as that one curls out of play, and the Jumbos have a throw deep in the UMass Boston end. Silvera into Adler. Loose touch given away. Segru fighting for it. Another loose touch. And finally, that one pops free to Jordan Kushner, who turns it towards the net. That one pops free. Kelly on it. And away. Saved nicely by Adler along the end line, but the ref rules it dripped out of play. Good effort there by the Jumbos winger, but she just quite could not keep it in.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and that one barely got out, so now the Beacons will retake possession.
Kushner into Maddie Parra's feet. That one nicely down the line, just too much for Camille Liu. Now it seems as if the Jumbos are trying to wake back up from their halftime slumber.
Yeah, around 37 minutes left to play. Jumbos bringing back the kind of energy they had in the first half.
Rivera with a dangerous tackle there as she almost took the head off of Jordan Kushner. Kelly on it. 1-2. Back to Kelly. Kelly with a shot. Rising just wide as that almost curled just inside of that far post.
Jumbos have been centering the ball all night, and they get another look at it, but just a little bit wide. That
Gavin
shot from
on
Kelly.
it. She can't keep it in, but she does win a throw. Sullivan will come over and take that one. That one goes right to Maddie Silvera, but the Jumbos, a little bit of miscommunication. Olivia Paz comes over and wins that one back. And then a poor header there by the Beacons, but Velez comes to bail out Sullivan. That one falls brilliantly to Grace Duke. Silvera is able to control it. And then gives it away. And that one played down the line. Hallinan is going to come chase. Segru sends it up into our tent. Out of play for a throw. Jumbo's more than happy to just let the clock run out, knowing they are in front. And knowing, as we do, that for all the score in this game matters, the two games that truly will determine the Jumbo's season are the next two games. Home on Saturday against Middlebury, home on Tuesday against Bowdoin. Those will determine their seeding in the NESCAC tournament. Those will determine if they get a tournament home game. And those could determine whether or not they can make the NCAA tournament for the first time in 3 years. Kushner. Laid off for Kelly. Kelly has runners in front of her, turns. Drops it off for Duke. That one played back through, but cut out there by the Beacons. And now on it is, that was Gold, but that is given away. Maddie Perro with space. Laid off for Kushner. Swung wide to Camille Liu. Ball into the space. Kelly's on it. Has runners wide. Cuts back. Plays that one into Abby Adler. Abby Adler looking for runners. Silvera coming up hard on that right wing. About 4 Jumbos in the box. Stood up towards the near post. Caught by Spilios. Great run there by Silvera, but I don't know if that was the right choice on the ball to play.
Yeah, I mean, she's coming up once again from that back spot. I mean, you can't blame her for hunting a goal there. Not a ton of runners over on the left wing coming up, so took the shot she had, and unfortunately it went wide. Spalios collecting it again.
See, I agree you can't blame her for hunting the goal. I just don't think it was a shot. I just think she shanked across. That one bounces around. Kelly nearly gets, or Aries, nearly gets to it. Spalios quickly off her line to grab that, as that is her 9th save of the night.
Yeah, she's really taking space in the box, marking her territory there, but coming out and collecting the ball against Aries.
Grace Duke overjumps that and fouls. That is Rivera in the process. That'll be a Beacons free kick. Denny Anderson standing over it. Jumbo's having a bit of trouble communicating, and as a result, they leave Sullivan wide open for the short corner. That one swung in hard towards the back post. Runner's in there and headed away by Olivia Pats. Second ball comes to Kelly. And now the Jumbos can look to go. Maddie Perro on it, has runners in front of her. Plays to Abby Adler. Abby Adler in space on the right wing. Has Aries in front of her. Kelly going left. Plays it in between the lines to Elsie Aries, but is blocked by Sullivan as Aries would have been through. Silvera with a great tackle to Kelly. Ball bounces again, and Silvera comes and wins it back again. Maddie Silvera is doing everything on this right wing right now.
Yeah, Haynes and Silvera for sure battling after the ball here on this left side.
I mean, it's what you love to see. It's clean, physical, hard play between an attacker and a defender. Great turn there from Abby Adler. And then gets around a second defender. But that one, she can't get around the third defender as Gold just sends that one out of play. And Silvera will reset with another throw. That one a little too high, but a little bit of a mishead there from Gavin. And Silvera will take it 10 yards further up the field. Segru now, her first touch of the second half. And Olivia Patz. Swung wide to Jordan Kushner, playing on her offside. Kushner has runners in front of her. Into the feet of Aries, laid off beautifully. On it here is Para. Para with a shot, saved by Spilios. Adler will miss it from point blank range. She had an empty net and put it off the outside of the post. Are you kidding me?
I mean, and after that outstretched save, Spellis has to be thanking her lucky stars right now that Adler wasn't able to corral it to put it back in. She made a play, and with a little bit of luck, it ended up working out, and Beacons will go to clear now. Wow.
Everyone at Bellow Field is in shock that did not end up in the back of the net.
My mouth is still, wow.
Jumbos will look to reset, and at least physically, definitely mentally, after that near goal. Maddie Perro on it again. That one between the lines.
And
Kelly
there's a
is
cross that
through.
can generate something.
Kelly on Spilios. And saved by Spilios with the foot. Her 12th of the night. And right now, it is Maria Spilios against the 11 Jumbos on the field.
Spalios can't help but turn around, do a little skip and a hop and celebration after that brilliant save with the foot. Now the Jumbos will try to reset after another fantastic opportunity denied.
Yeah, great save there. Oh, good ball down the line. Can Silvera keep it in? She can, and now the Jumbos have runners. Silvera looks up, ball across. Elsie Aries, 2-0 Jumbos!
Third time's a charm.
Silvera to Aries, and the Jumbos get the goal they should have had 2 minutes ago.
And Silvera's hard work down the right wing, playing the full field, pays off. Beautiful cross to Aries, who put it right at the top of the net. Nothing Spalios can do about that. That was just a brilliant ball.
Great ball across, and great job there, not just for Silvera, but also on Elsie Aries, not giving up, having faith in her teammate that Silvera was going to keep that ball in. So she was there to tap that one into the top of the net.
Yeah, a great run for sure by the freshman striker.
Aries pressing high again on Anderson. And that one is under hit, and Adler fighting against Norchioki in for the first time for the Beacons. Silvera drops Shioki, wide to Adler. Here come the Jumbos. Adler against Shioki. Can't keep it in. That'll go off for a goal kick.
Yeah, and the fresh legs of Shioki there catching up with Adler.
Looks as if I believe the Beacons have made a goalkeeping change with, I believe it is, they pulled the goalkeeping change at the last minute. We were told they were going to make a goalkeeping change. Spilios took that little break just to tie her shoe. All good. And the Jumbos will take a throw. Kushner quickly takes the throw. That one comes free to Caroline Kelly. Kelly around one defender. Laid off wide, looking for Kushner's run. Kushner was not making the run. Kushner pressuring Velez now. Velez to Anderson. Anderson just boots that thing out of play. Now the Jumbos can set something up off this throw. Aries looking for Kelly, cut out. Comes to Kushner. Ball in to the box. Cleared away. And now looking to turn the other way are the Beacons. Hallonen held it up. Velez goes around one defender. Looks to get it back. Can't quite keep it in. Seems as if kind of the Jumbos have taken their foot off the gas now that it's 2-0. Bench seems very relaxed. The Beacons are still fighting for sure. Great touch there by Kelly, bringing that down from midair and just missed picking out Elsie Aries, who would have been in again. Golt wide for Shioki, but she can't keep it in. A little bit of a loose touch off her right foot. Quickly taken throw by Maddie Perro. Adler's in behind. Jumbos have Aries in the box. That one whipped in hard. Aries a little bit of a loose touch. Comes back to Adler, who couldn't keep it in. A real smart play by Sullivan to play it off of Adler for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Jumbos generating a lot of chances with runners so far in this half. We saw them set up a lot in the offensive zone, whereas in the second half, they're playing balls up, they're sending lead passes, and they're trying to get runners for more of an active and fast-paced form of offense. Here's Seville will corral it.
She'll play it again to Abby Adler. Shioki on it. She'll try and send that one down the line, looking for the run of Keeley, but is caught by Kiana Hill. So she'll underthrow that one to Kushner, who has to cut in to get it. Into Kelly. Kelly turns. A little bit of a loose touch, though. Aries picks it off. Ball there. Back, 1-2, beautiful. Aries on it. Has Perro in front of her. Perro gets tripped up. Aries is in. Elsie Aries, saved by Spilios. How is she doing this? That is number 13 on the night for Maria Spilios.
And after a brilliant little tiki-taka setup between Perro and Aries, Spilios makes another brilliant save to keep that one out. It was just her and Aries. She came out and really, really impressive save. That's her second on a lone man run so far in the second half.
Kelly's corner. Swung in towards the back post. A little bit overhit. It'll come to Silvera. Silvera's shot. Can't quite keep it down. It's a field goal, but not in the back of the net.
Got to count for something.
Beacon's going to make a couple subs. Bella Luca, who had a really good defensive first half coming in, as well as Kalia Eaton. And Anderson will take this goal kick for Spilios, who just must be absolutely infuriated that her offense has not gotten anything to show for her 13 saves. Silvera to Maddie Perro. Shioki on it now. Drops Maddie Perro. Perro fighting back, though.
Very physical play in the midfield from Perro, but Shioki still manages to control it.
That one is intercepted. Camille Liu to Caroline Kelly on the left wing. Kelly's going to turn. Cuts onto her right foot. One-on-one on Anderson. Laid off for Perro. Perro with a turn. Maddie Perro with a shot low. Just wide. Great play there from Perro. Hard and low shot. About 6 inches to the left, and that's inside that right post. Another goal kick here for the Beacons. Great step there by Caroline Kelly. Adler. Segru wide to Maddie Silvera. Silvera for Adler. Abby Adler, one-on-one. Lays it off for Silvera. Silvera into Adler. Top of the box. Adler cutting onto her left foot. A little bit of loose touch. Pops free to Grace Duke. And one back here as Keeley can go the other way for the Beacons. Going to look to send that one through for Hallinan, but Hallinan is just gassed, and Olivia Pass will get to that first.
Maria, just play Danny off the goal kick close. Don't let her take it.
Bob Meal is now yelling at Spilios, the one player on his team he probably does not have any real justification to yell at tonight. That one into Perro. Adler keeps it in. Silvera. Between the legs and out of play off of Sullivan.
Jumbos once again retaining possession down this right wing, generating throw-ins. This one's into Duke.
Silvera again wins that 50-50 ball. Adler pressing hard there on Luca. Coming back all the way is Camille Liu to win that ball in the midfield. Silvera wins the next 50-50 ball. And plays that one wide. And a last-ditch tackle there by Sullivan as Abby Adler would have been through.
Once again, throw in for Silvera.
That one down the line, Kelly gets shoved. Ref says play on. And it comes to Silvera, who gets that with the most casual of brilliant first touches I have ever seen. And switches it to Grace Duke. Left side for Kushner. All the way over is Lou. Laid off for Kushner. And she'll win the Jumbo's throw. Kushner to Kelly, back to Kushner. Being double teamed now is Kushner. She's
Nice.
going to look for help. Instead, she's going to out-dribble Velez. And then switch it to Segru. And now Silvera. Cuts inside around one defender. Around a second. That one down the line. Kelly keeps it in. Ooh, just could not get it in on the second touch. The first touch stayed in. Second one not quite. Great run there from Maddie Silvera to find Kelly.
Yeah, and Silvera's impact tonight cannot be underestimated. She had that great assist to Aries down the center here in that last goal, and she's also been playing all the way up and down this right side basically all night.
Well, I mean, she's been playing up and down. I mean, it's hard to forget. It's hard to remember. But she did play the entire first half on the left side. That's impressive to be able to play so well on one side, then say, okay, I can do it on the other foot too.
Yep. Also to just not be generally tired out. She's played every minute so far.
Aries for Adler. That one curled and cleared away by McNeil. Segru up for that, wins it to Para with a nice turn. Has two runners, one inside, one out. Goes around towards the byline. That one swung in, blocked. Adler controls, back to Para. Little bit of a loose touch. First one to it will be Lena Segru. Oh, she absolutely breaks the ankles of Keeley. Para on it now.
Where I'm from, we call that a dangle.
Kelly, top of the box, shot. Just over the net.
Ooh, and another great chance for the Jumbos.
Right now, the Jumbos are just teeing off.
Yeesh.
Man, the Jumbos'
Smile on
right flank has just been lethal in this second half. Kelly. Kushner. Grace Duke now. Kushner with all day on that left wing. She'll spin that ball in towards the box. Flicked on by Adler. Spilios finally spills one, but Adler did not follow it up, so Spilios is able to claim it. 20 minutes to go here at Bellow Field. Jumbos up 2-0 and absolutely dominating on the field. Silvera again wins a 50-50 ball. Now Keeley.
Keeley plays it up.
Eaton on it now. Kelly coming back. And the Jumbo's going to make another line change momentarily. Silvera with the defender hard on her. O'Reilly, a little bit of a loose touch, and Velez on it for the Beacons. Back to McNeil. Casey Lamb high pressing for the Jumbos. Now Wilkinson's going to go press on Gavin. And forces it out for a Jumbo's throw.
Yeah, and that line change has definitely generated a lot of energy and pressure for the Jumbos up front, with Lamb applying a lot of pressure. Wilkinson a lot of speed down that right side.
Yeah, we are very sorry. We are very sorry. We are back live now for the technical difficulties. While you were gone, the Beacons did get a goal. It is now 2-1 here. There is 15 minutes to go at Bellow, and we have a grandstand finish coming up. Down the line. Looking for Kushner. Kushner wins it. Kushner on the edge of the box, looking for runners. That one swung across and cleared away by the Beacons. Only as far as Caroline O'Neill. Kushner back to O'Neill. O'Neill into the box. Chested down. Lamb bouncing around the box and out for another Jumbo's corner.
Yeah, if you missed that goal there, it was a great cross into the center for Haynes at point-blank range, and she snuck it by Hill. Seemed to give the Beacons new life, with much higher octane play after that goal.
Kiterling quickly taken short. Kushner stands that one up. Free header flicked on. Jumbos get the goal. And another one. I believe that is Casey Lamb for the second year in a row, getting her goal against the Beacons and reestablishing the 2-goal lead.
The Beacons had hope, and the Jumbos shut it out quick. Lamb has been applying that pressure ever since she came in, and finally sees the fruits of her labor with a nice, looks like a backheeled goal.
Yeah, for the second year in a row, Casey Lamb gets the third Jumbos goal at home against the Beacons. And you have to feel as if Beacons coach Amy Zombach will just be seeing Casey Lamb in her nightmares for the next couple years. Kushner on it.
Well, can't count any chickens yet. Just 12 minutes left to play, and the Beacons generating that scoring chance.
Kiterling switches it wide, looking for Wilkinson. Wilkinson keeps that one in on the end line. Cuts back across. Ball towards the middle. Free runners. Shot blocked. Towards the top of the box. And
Just calling the field.
I believe they're calling it an injury stoppage, as I believe that's
Rivera.
I think she just got the wind knocked out of her, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of high knees in the box there.
But I don't know how you can justify, if it's not a head injury, blowing that play dead when the Jumbos have the ball on the top of the box. We'll see what the call is.
Unless it is a foul call.
No, there's not a foul call.
Nope, just blown dead.
It's
You're
going to be a
right.
drop ball.
Yep.
We'll see what happens here. I mean, the customary thing is to kick it back to the other team, but it's also not customary for the ball to be blown dead, and the Jumbos are going to play it. Kiterling will open it up to Silvera. Cuts inside. Kiterling again. Opens up to Olivia Pats. Wide to Kushner. Opened up. Kiterling. Beautiful ball between the lines to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's going to switch that ball all day. Beautiful. Oh, just could not keep it down was Caroline O'Neill. O'Neill fighting forward on the left wing. Now into Lily Beanstalk. Opened up to Kiterling. And now Silvera being pressed high. Beautiful ball between the lines to O'Reilly. Wilkinson on the right wing against Gavin. Second defender coming over. Wilkinson says, okay. Drops one. Around the second. To the byline. Ball whipped across. Header just can't get redirected on target. Cleared only as far as Silvera. Ball back in. That's a shot, and that's saved by Spilios, her 16th.
Beat your estimate with that one, Riley.
Yeah, she beat it.
You called 15.
And once again, I feel like I'm a broken record, but I keep saying the name Maddie Silvera because she is everywhere tonight. Hallinan just lets that one go, and that'll be a Beacons throw. They're looking to get another goal and maybe set themselves up for one chance to get back in this game. Great turn from Beanstalk. Given away, though. Ball through for Hallinan. Cleared away by, I believe that is Kiterling. Jumbo's got lucky there, as there was a bit of a push in the back on Hallinan.
Yep. Some contact, but I think the ref saw play on the ball and let it go.
McNeil flicked on and cleared away by Olivia Pats. Jumbo's more than happy just to boot the ball out of play, knowing they have a 2-goal lead and there's only 8 minutes left. One on the sidelines there by Casey Lamb. O'Neill now into the midfield. Greenberg just drops a defender. O'Reilly, through ball. Oh, just behind Wilkinson. What passing from the Jumbos. They just couldn't connect on that final ball. Intercepted again by Greenberg. little bit behind Lamb there. And now the Beacons looks to go the other way. Hallinan holds it up nicely. One back by Beanstalk. Beanstalk looking for the run over Wilkinson. Has her. One-on-one against Gavin. Cuts in. Laid off for Beanstalk. Beanstalk with fancy footwork and gets tripped up, and that's going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot for the Jumbos. And as usual, Caroline O'Neill right over to take it.
Yeah, Bella Luga was just a little bit late on that tackle. Nice move by Beanstalk to set up the penalty now.
O'Neill looks like she might have a hit here. Jumbo's lining up at the back post. We'll see what the play is. O'Neill on her left foot. Played short. Back post run. Finished. 4-1. Another goal. Another one for Casey Lamb. That's 4. And the Jumbos finally putting up on the scoreboard what they so rightly deserve. A dominant victory.
That's a second for Lamb to finish the game.
A second for Casey Lamb, you said it. And finally, after what has been way too many set pieces to count, the Jumbos finally get one off a set piece.
I might have to take back that challenge I made on your comment about Casey Lamb being remembered by this UMass Boston team and coaching staff, because that is 2 goals now, right when Tufts needed them.
Absolutely. Luca on it for the Beacons. Eaton trying to turn. Keiderling having none of it. O'Reilly now wins it. Greenberg on it. Laid off for Kushner. And then swung wide. O'Neill. Lamb gets pushed over. That'll be a free kick. Casey Lamb making herself known in this second half. O'Neill going to take another free kick. Can she do it again? Stood up towards the back post. Jumbos have runners. That one bounces past everyone. Wilkinson saves it. Ooh, late whistle. Going to call that out of play. Good hustle there from Carl Wilkinson. Just couldn't quite keep it in. And you could just see on the body language of these Beacons how much those 2 Casey Lamb goals has just deflated them completely. Wilkinson on it. Around the defender. Looks to put a ball in. Stood up towards the near post. Flicked on. And now controlled there by Rivera. Blocked by O'Neill. Comes out as far as Keiderling. O'Reilly. Wide to Wilkinson. Laid off for Silvera. Now wide for Wilkinson. Cuts in. A little bit of a loose touch. Velez on it for the Beacons. Gavin plays it back to the keeper. Spilios sends that one up. And now taken and won for a throw by Wilkinson. 5 minutes to go here at Bello Field. Jumbo's in complete control. The only question is, what will the final score be? Laid off for Wilkinson. In between the lines to O'Neill. O'Reilly to Wilkinson, top of the box. Around 1. Around 2 goes down. Ref says play on. Oh, now she's gonna come. He's gonna come back. The question is whether or not he's blowed it for injury. Yeah, it's just for injury.
Saw Wilkinson still on the ground. Blew it for injury.
There is no foul, so it will be a drop ball to be taken by the Beacons.
Yeah, Riley, you mentioned those 2 upcoming NESCAC games really being the most important ones upcoming for the Jumbos, but you got to think that what is already a 4-1 victory is going to give them some serious confidence, momentum moving into that game after that upset loss to Bates. This is the kind of game they were hoping for to really get themselves back on track and move into those games with more confidence.
Yeah, and the Jumbos, for those of you who are not avid scoreboard watchers, are currently 4th in the NESCAC. The top 4 teams get home games in the first round of the NESCAC tournament. The math is simple. If the Jumbos win their last 2 games, they will get a home game in the NESCAC tournament. If they do not, they won't. It's up to them, and you can figure out whether or not they do that starting Saturday at noon exclusively on JumboCast, where the Jumbos host Middlebury on Senior Day. That one fought in the corner and won nicely. Out for a throw. Good piece of work there on that wing by D'Souza. Thrown in and one back to D'Souza. D'Souza's going to whip that ball across, looking for a runner. That one bounces just past Kiana Hill. Dangerous ball. Back across. Hallinan tries to get it on target. Second ball. Eaton can't get it on target. Still bouncing around. Another shot blocked. And finally O'Reilly will get it clear. Casey Lamb. And now Silvera just finally gets that one out to the sideline. And the Jumbos defense can take a deep breath. D'Souza.
Beacons finally making a push there, showing they're undefeated.
D'Souza.
Really trying to come away with whatever they can in these last couple minutes.
O'Reilly into Casey Lamb on a hat trick. That one just rolls past her. And it'll be taken there by McNeil. Casey Lamb still pressing, still looking for one last chance to maybe get that hat trick. Here comes the press from O'Neal now on McNeil. And now here comes O'Reilly with the press. Jumbos win it back. Wilkinson on it. Wilkinson cuts inside. Around a second defender. To the byline. Back across. Gets pushed down. Ref says play on. Caught by Spilios. That is 17, and that might be her last of the night.
17 saves. An absurd 21 shots on goal for the Jumbos.
Down the line. Wilkinson. Whipped in. Towards the back post. That'll be 18.
You count that?
At this point, I'm counting everything the way she's playing. Flicked on. Nice little move there by O'Reilly. Back to Wilkinson. O'Reilly again. Laid off for Beanstalk. Beanstalk around one. Past the second. Laid off for Wilkinson. Around another. Space for Silvera. Can she have a hit? Instead played for Greenberg. Greenberg to the top of the box. Coming back to get it is Casey Lamb. Casey Lamb gets taken down. And that'll be a Jumbo's free kick with 1 minute to go here at Bellow Field. Oh, come on. You got to let Casey Lamb take it if she's on a hat trick. Like, I know Talia Greenberg wants it, and Talia Greenberg has a goal, but, like, Casey Lamb's on a hat trick. How often does that happen? Let her take it.
Well, you can't guarantee that she's going for goal on this play, fairly far out. She could look to drop it off short. Lamb approaching that left side.
Here is Greenberg over the wall and too high. Ambitious effort from Talia Greenberg, just sails on her. And it looks as if the Beacons might just let the clock run out here at Bellow.
Yeah, there was a question there, but it looks like I can keep my hat on.
Silvera wins it back. A late tackle there from D'Souza. Eaton with it. Picked off by Kiterling. Out of play with 5 seconds to go. No one's going to play that one. Final score here at Bellow Field. The Beacons won, and your Tufts Jumbos 4. It wasn't pretty at times. It was hard fought, but in the end, the Jumbos got the win they deserved. David, what are your final thoughts? What's the takeaway from today?
Well, I think you can't help but be happy with your team's performance today if you're Martha Whitting. They maintained that pressure in the front half.
When you're done, send us the interview. I'm going to
open. Okay. They maintained that pressure in the top half almost all game, playing well down the sides. They were generating corners. They were generating crosses. They had runners all game long, played high-octane, high-energy soccer, and I think they really can't complain about too much after that game. I'm going to be passing it to Riley to go get an interview of one of the players on the field in just 1 second.
Waiting for the count there. Hi, I'm live here post game with Casey Lamb. Casey, what is it about you against UMass Boston? It's 2 years in a row now.
I know. I mean, it seems like I've gotten lucky for the past 2 games we've played them. With the new position up at the 9, I feel like I wanted to, get the job done and do my part. So I'm very happy. I got some goals.
Talk about how your first goal, the third one of the night, kind of made a transition as they had just scored that goal to get back in the game. It looked as you guys were a little bit deflated, and that goal kind of turned things back around.
Yeah, I think in our heads, we knew we were a stronger team, and getting scored against it does not feel good, especially if you think you're a stronger team. So it felt really good to just get that one back and get another one as well.
Yeah, and lastly, there's a big win. You guys going into obviously a huge weekend, 2 league games here at home. If you win those 2, you get a home game here in the NESCAC tournament. What's the mentality going into those games?
I think the mentality is that even if we were not going to think about the score of our past games with them, we're going to go into it thinking they're the best team we've ever played, and we're going to go into it playing the best we've ever played. So yeah, just confidence and joy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you Saturday at noon when the women's soccer team is right back out here on Bello against Middlebury for senior night. Thank you and have a great night.